Here we have the new 2025 Nissan Z. This one comes in solid red. We have the super black roof there. Powertrain consists of a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 engine, 400 horsepower, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. A rear-wheel drive setup, so to the front end here, we get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights, and I really like how they did the front fascia here. The redesign in general is nice, but I like how it's still subtle as opposed to being more aggressive. Down here, these are 19-inch alloy wheels. Love the red brake calipers, and it looks even better matching this paint here. Love this red. You get passive keyless entry, door handle there, blind spot monitors, power mirror controls, power door locks, rear window locks, one-touch up and down windows on both doors. And we do get the suede and leather interior, and I love how the suede is here, that simulated suede. And then we also get it on the seat itself, so that insert is simulated suede. This is leather here. 8-speaker Bose sound system, bottle holder there, traction control button is here, hood release. I love the pedals as well. And we get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. The release is right in there, but we can pump the seat up or down from both directions of the seat bottom itself, but then the actual seat is power, moving it forward and back, and then moving the seat back forward and back as well. But I want to give a huge thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But there is the cargo space there. A little bit of stuff going on in here. So look at the front from back here. And the cargo space is actually pretty good, I think, for a car like this. Underneath the mat here, if you ever need to get to it, there's the amp. My first aid kit's in here and all of that. So to release the trunk, you just push this button here and then you lift up here, and I was trying to lift it from over here, so. Nice big fuel door here. You only want to put premium in there. It's a 400 horsepower twin turbo V6, so. And there's our passenger seat. And then again, power up here just to move the seat back and the seat bottom. There's a 12 volt underneath here if you ever need to use that. And then a lockable glove compartment here. Now as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there is that 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. And now to just show off the turn signals. Here's the back end, love those. And the side mirror and the front. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. I love the design. There's the horn. Now up here, we have a few gauges, and I guess the needles are LED, or the lights are, because they're flashing on my camera, but that's not how they're actually appearing in person. But a nice picture there. You can see the turbo speed, the boost, voltage of the battery. Hazards are right here. And then to the screen itself, we get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio, wireless Apple CarPlay, and then wired Android Auto compatibility. So we can go through all of that there. The camera settings here. And then here is the home page. So when XM's hooked up, you have access to the stocks, fuel prices, traffic, all of that. And then we can customize the home menu from there. Navigation systems here, pretty easy to use, just search and kind of go through it that way. Info menus here, if you need any of that. Now our settings, you can hook up your Bluetooth devices, nav settings, sound settings, and then in the other setting here, you can change your language or your units of measurement right in here. But backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Volume knob here, you can click there to turn the audio off. Tune knob is here, push that and it pulls up the bass you can adjust, treble, so on and so forth. Now down here, we get our single zone automatic climate control, so we can adjust temperature here in the middle, fan speed here, fan direction there, and then we can set the fan direction to auto and then set the temperature to auto as well. And then you can push for the AC here, the vents, and then the rear defroster. But a USB-C port and a USB-A port there. Drive modes can be toggled here, so you do get your sport and your standard. And then for the shifter, with it having a 9-speed, you just hit this button here, pull up for reverse, pull down for drive, and tap for manual. Then you can kind of pull up and hold for neutral. And then press this button in for park. 2-stage heated front seats. There's your trunk release, a bottle holder here, handbrake. Center console cubby space has the second cup holder, and then there's a 12-volt back there as well. It's kind of hard to get in there. And then a little storage behind either seat if you want to use that. And your lights, garage door transmitter, and then if the passenger airbag on or off, you have that notification there. It's kind of dark up there. And then we have our vanity mirror there. Now back to the steering wheel itself, blinkers, auto, and then we have our high beams there. Intermittent wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high. We can adjust that intermittent sensitivity or frequency there, excuse me. And then we have our paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Now volume can be toggled here, down, up, and then we have our scroll bar here for the gauge cluster, that left side. And then we can change our settings as well. And you can also change your units or language there. And then when applicable, you can use these arrows in those menus. But this goes through your track list or radio station presets. This goes through the shortcut menu. And then you can decide if you want the lane assist on, the blind spot assist, all of that. The right side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control. So we do get adaptive cruise, which is nice. So you can just turn that on by pushing the button. If you want to have the standard cruise, when you turn it on, just hold the button down and then that different indicator will pull up. You can adjust the speed and cancel there. Voice recognition, Bluetooth, and then that gap adjust again right there. But really like the gauge cluster view. It's simplistic, but you can kind of see everything. Push button starts here. Finally, here is the key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Nissan Z out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Z here, I mean, it drives so strong. I'm in the standard mode now, and still the pull you get is crazy. Just giving it a little bit of throttle there. So, I mean, it's certainly a quick car. And when I put it into the sport mode, you know, wants to downshift a bit more. And it's fun in either mode, it really is. It's just, they did such a good job with this car. I hate that it hasn't had the respect I think it deserves. And I mean, being 6'3" with longer legs, I can fit in here pretty nicely. I like that. I feel like I'm in a coupe, but I still have headroom. I'm not barely scraping by the hairs on my head in terms of the roof line there. Just a good job in terms of the design, I think. And the ride isn't terrible either. I would expect it to be a lot more stiff than it is, but I mean, it pulls you like I'd expect from a twin turbo. I think of the Infiniti Q50, the 400 Red Sport. That's how this thing pulls, and it is fantastic. The exhaust sound is great. The engine noise is great. I just really like how this is tuned just to be a true sports car. That's what this feels like. And a bargain at that. I think here at Nissan of Cool Springs, it's under $50,000 for this car in particular. But the performance is, again, phenomenal. There's no denying that. So I'm gonna give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, that is, oh man, that's crazy. It pulls so great. It's crazy how quick this thing is. It's very, very fast. Now I do want to give one more thanks to Nissan of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now in terms of the road noise, it's pretty prevalent. You're in a small coupe, you're low to the ground. Even on this rougher stretch of pavement, you can tell that noise tends to come in here from the road. The ride itself, though, is still, even in sport mode, very nice. I'd say fantastic for a sports car. But I just really like where, you know, the exhaust is right behind you. Because you're in a car small like this, you really get to feel that sound, and it is great. If I had the money for an extra car, this is something that I consider getting. It's just that good all the way around. And what I really like about this car is there's a lot that you can fool with, but it's not overwhelming at all. It's just everything seems simple, like what a lot of people like from Nissan, which is their simplicity, having buttons, having knobs for a lot of stuff that people want to put in the screen and things of that nature. You still get that here. You get a modern feel in the cabin, but still everything makes sense to those of us that don't necessarily need everything to be from the future. Like, these knobs seem older, which I like. It's easier to control them. They still look great, but again, you're not having to do like in the Fords where you have to adjust the fan speed and the screen and all that. And I can't find anything to complain about with this car. And for the price point, when you get the performance in this one, just with the seats and all that, I think it's just a good deal. I think it's a car that's really slept on, and has been slept on ever since they weren't going for 3 times what the sticker price was when they first came out. I remember, I think one of the stores had it for like 150 or 200,000. I don't know if it was this one in particular, but I saw a Nissan Z going for 6 figures, and I was thinking, my goodness. After driving it, I see why somebody would pay that though if they had money to throw away, but especially now, I think it's a good time to buy one of these, sticker price or not. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Nissan Z.